Earning a Virginia Teaching License, Areas of Endorsement, and VDOE Required Coursework. Presentation created by Northern Virginia Community College. Teacher Education Program Head, Ashley Wilkins. Updated November 2023. In order to become a teacher, you must earn a teaching license. Teaching is a wonderful career that will allow you to impact children and make a difference in your community. You will have job security, summers off, holiday breaks, retirement, and health insurance benefits. The first question you must ask yourself is, what do you want to teach? What you want to teach will be your area of endorsement. Some teachers have just one area of endorsement on their license, but many teachers opt to pursue or add on multiple areas of endorsement. An endorsement is an area in which you are licensed to teach. Endorsements represent what you will be teaching. To become licensed in Virginia, you must demonstrate mastery of the content that you will be teaching. This is known as endorsement requirements. You may add as many endorsement areas as you would like to your teaching license. Some areas of endorsement require completion of both coursework and assessment. Other areas of endorsement allow you to demonstrate mastery of the content simply by passing the Praxis Subject Area Assessment. Let me give you an example. I began my career with a primary pre-K to third grade teaching license. After a few years, I took the Praxis Subject Area Assessment for Family and Consumer Sciences. I submitted my test scores to the state and received that endorsement area on my teaching license. Next, I wanted to add English as a second language, so I took that Praxis Subject Area Assessment, English for Speakers of Other Languages. Again, I submitted my test scores to the VDOE and had that endorsement area added to my license. Finally, I wanted to add elementary pre-K to 6th grade to my teaching license. Because you cannot test into elementary education, I asked the county to submit a review of my endorsement courses and examine my transcripts for the one additional science course I needed. This was sent to VDOE, and now elementary pre-K to 6th grade is on my teaching license. Once you have a teaching license with an initial area of endorsement, you can add most other areas of endorsement to your license through testing. However, this is not true for all areas. You cannot add primary, elementary, special education, reading, counseling, social work, or administration and supervision through testing alone. These areas require both coursework and testing. Remember, an endorsement is an area in which you are licensed to teach. There are many different endorsement areas in Virginia. Here are just a few examples. For elementary education, there are two options. Early primary is pre-K to 3rd grade, and elementary is pre-K to 6th grade. The difference in coursework required between these two endorsements is very small, just one additional science course. So most people choose pre-K to 6th grade because it makes them more marketable. Special education has a variety of endorsement areas. Adapted curriculum is for students who do not take the SOLs. These students have more severe intellectual disabilities. The special educator adapts or changes the curriculum to meet the student's needs. An emphasis is on independent living and work post-graduation. This endorsement area serves students in grades K through 12. Special education general curriculum is for students who access the general curriculum and take the SOLs. These students usually have learning disabilities or health impairments such as ADHD, In addition, students may have autism or emotional and behavioral disorders. This endorsement area also serves students in grades K through 12. Early childhood special education is for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers with developmental delays and other disabilities. Early childhood special educators work closely with families to provide comprehensive services to the child and their family. Early childhood special education is an endorsement area to work with children from birth to age 5. Some endorsement areas are K-12 or even pre-K-12. These include PE, art, music, and foreign language. English as a second language is a K-12 endorsement. There are also add-on endorsements. These endorsements can be added to any area of endorsement simply by taking a few additional courses. These endorsements are not offered for initial licensure and include Gifted and Algebra 1. In addition, special education recently began allowing an add-on endorsement for general and adapted curriculum. To see a full list of endorsement areas in Virginia, please visit Prince William County Schools' website and search for endorsement areas. You can also follow the link provided. For each endorsement, the state of Virginia requires specific coursework to ensure teacher candidates know and understand the content they will be teaching. Now let's take a look at the specific coursework by area of endorsement. For early or primary education, you need 6 hours of language arts, but you need classes in oral language, composition, and literature, which actually equates to 9 hours. Then you need 6 hours in mathematics, 6 hours in lab sciences in 2 different areas. This means that you need a life science and an earth or physical science. You have to be careful when picking these science classes. For example, both biology and environmental sciences at NOVA count as life sciences. So while they seem like different areas of science, they are not for licensure purposes. Then you need 3 hours of history and 3 hours in either geography or economics. Finally, you need 3 hours in arts and humanities, such as art or music appreciation. This is another area to be careful. In most degrees, you will see an arts or humanities elective. Please remember that a literature course may meet a humanities requirement at your school or university, but it will not meet an endorsement requirement for art, music, philosophy, or religion. In addition to those specific classes, you must also pass the Praxis Subject Area Exam, Elementary Content Knowledge Multiple Subjects. In order to excel on that exam, we recommend being sure to take a statistics class, a class on American history, and an earth science class. These subjects are heavily tested on the elementary praxis exam. For elementary education, pre-K to 6th grade, you will notice the coursework is almost identical to the early primary, pre-K to 3rd grade licensure. If you receive your initial license in pre-K to 3rd grade, you can easily add on elementary. Once you are working as a teacher, you will simply have to have your transcripts reviewed by your school district and submit it to VDOE with a request to add pre-K to 6th grade. The only difference between these two endorsement areas is one science class. So for elementary education, pre-K to 6th grade, you need 6 hours of language arts. Again, you need oral language, composition, and literature, which actually constitutes 9 credits. Then you will need 6 hours in mathematics and 9 hours in lab sciences. Again, you must have science in 2 different areas, life, physical, or earth. Then you must have 3 hours of history and 3 hours of geography or economics. Finally, you will need 3 hours in arts. Once again, you must pass the Praxis Subject Area Assessment, Elementary Content Knowledge Multiple Subjects. So both pre-K to 3rd grade and pre-K to 6th grade teachers take the same Praxis Subject Area Assessment. Here are the endorsement courses for K-12 Special Education General Curriculum. Remember, this endorsement area is for students who are accessing the general curriculum and taking the SOLs. Special educators are masters of teaching, not masters of content. So your endorsement courses are all related to teaching and learning in special education. You have 3 hours of foundations of special education, including the characteristics and legal aspects of special education. 3 hours of assessment and evaluation of learning, 3 hours of collaboration and consulting, and 3 hours of classroom and behavior management, including data collection. Then you have 3 hours of characteristics of students accessing the general curriculum, 3 hours of IEPs, 3 hours of transitioning, 3 hours of instructional strategies for reading and writing, and 3 hours of instructional strategies in mathematics. The courses for K-12 Special Education Adapted Curriculum are very similar to K-12 General Curriculum. Remember, this endorsement area is for students with more severe disabilities who are not taking the SOLs. Teachers will need to adapt the curriculum to their students' needs. The curriculum usually focuses on basic life skills, independent living, and employment after graduation. As a Master of Teaching, your endorsement courses are all related to teaching and learning in special education. Just like general curriculum, you must have 3 hours of foundations of education in special education, including the characteristics and legal aspects of special education, 3 hours of assessment and evaluation of learning, 3 hours of collaboration and consulting, and 3 hours of classroom and behavior management, including data collection. Then you have 3 hours of characteristics of students accessing the general curriculum, 3 hours of IEPs, and 3 hours of transitioning. The last 2 required courses are where you see differences between general curriculum and adapted curriculum. For adapted curriculum, you will take 3 hours of instructional methods in adapted curriculum and 3 hours of specialized care and support. The courses for early childhood special education, birth to age 5, are fairly different from general and adapted curriculum. In this endorsement area, special educators are working to provide comprehensive services to children and their families. So the endorsement requirements prepare teacher candidates extensively for collaboration and family-centered interventions. You will need 3 hours of foundations of special education, including characteristics and legal aspects, 3 hours of assessment, 3 hours of consultation and collaboration, and 3 hours of speech and language development. You also need 3 hours of medical aspects, 3 hours of social and emotional skills, 3 hours of curriculum and instruction, 3 hours of family-centered interventions, and 3 hours of elective and early childhood special education. An endorsement in English allows you to teach English courses in middle and high school. For English endorsement coursework, you need a major in English or 36 semester hours in English, including 12 hours of literacy and reading with courses in British Lit, American Lit, World Lit, and Literary Theory. You will need 3 hours of language development for English and 12 hours of composition, including grammar, teaching of writing, advanced composition, and teaching research. You will also need 3 hours of oral language or speech and 6 hours of elective. However, you can simply pass the Praxis Subject Area Assessment for English and hold a bachelor's degree in any area. Please realize this is different than elementary education, where you need both the coursework and the praxis exam. For middle school English, grades 6 to 8, the state of Virginia requires fewer courses. Instead of 36 hours in English, you only need 21 semester hours in English, including courses in language, fiction and nonfiction texts, media literacy, advanced composition, and interpersonal communication or speech. Alternatively, you can hold a bachelor's degree in any area and pass the Praxis Subject Area Assessment, Middle School English Language Arts. An endorsement in social studies allows teacher candidates to teach social studies classes in grades 6 through 12. This covers a lot of content, so many endorsement courses are required, a total of 51 semester hours. For a social studies endorsement, you need 18 hours of history, including American, World, and Virginian. You need 18 hours of political science, including state, local, and national government. Finally, you need 9 hours of geography and 6 hours of economics. However, you can simply pass the Praxis Subject Area Assessment for social studies and hold a bachelor's degree in any area. Remember, this is different than elementary education, where you need both the coursework and the praxis exam. Middle school social studies endorsement coursework is a little easier, presumably because you don't need to know as much content. So, you need 21 hours of coursework in American history, world history, economics, American government, and geography. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree and pass the subject area exam. Again, this is much easier than the route to elementary education. An endorsement in mathematics allows teacher candidates to teach math classes in grades 6 through 12. For 6 to 12 mathematics endorsement coursework, you either have to have a major in mathematics or engineering, or complete 36 hours of mathematics coursework in the following areas: algebra, geometry, probability and statistics, discrete mathematics, calculus, mathematical modeling, and computer sciences. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree in any area and take the Praxis Subject Area Assessment. Again, middle school mathematics endorsement requires fewer courses. You will only need 24 hours of mathematics, including algebra, geometry, probability and statistics, application of mathematics, and methods for teaching math. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree and take the Praxis Subject Area Test, middle school mathematics. To be endorsed in biology, teacher candidates must major in biology, biology education, or complete 32 semester hours in biology coursework, including genetics, biochemistry, cell biology, botany, zoology, anatomy, ecology, and evolutionary biology. Alternatively, individuals with a bachelor's degree in any subject can be endorsed in biology by passing the Praxis Subject Area Test in biology. To be endorsed in earth science, teacher candidates must major in earth science education, or complete 32 semester hours in earth science coursework, including structural geology, petrology, paleontology, oceanography, meteorology, astronomy, and space science. Alternatively, individuals with a bachelor's degree in any subject can be endorsed in earth science by passing the Praxis Subject Area Test for earth science. To be endorsed in chemistry, teacher candidates must major in chemistry, chemistry education, or complete 32 semester hours of coursework in chemistry, including inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, physical chemistry, biochemistry, and analytical chemistry. Alternatively, individuals with a bachelor's degree in any subject can be endorsed in chemistry by passing the Praxis Subject Area Test for chemistry. To be endorsed in physics, teacher candidates must major in physics, physics education, or complete 32 semester hours in physics coursework, including mechanics, electricity, magnetism, optics, and modern physics. Alternatively, individuals with a bachelor's degree in any subject can be endorsed in physics by passing the Praxis Subject Area Test for physics. Middle school science endorsement coursework requires fewer courses as well. You need 24 hours of courses in science, including courses in biology, chemistry, physics, earth and space sciences. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree and take the Praxis Subject Area Test, middle school science. Foreign language is a pre-K to 12th grade endorsement. To be endorsed in a foreign language, teacher candidates must major in the language, language education, or complete 30 semester hours in a foreign language, including advanced grammar and composition, conversation, culture, and civilization. In addition, teacher candidates will need to complete 3 semester hours in teaching methods for foreign languages. Alternatively, individuals with a bachelor's degree in any subject can be endorsed in foreign language by passing the Praxis Subject Area Test for foreign language. For English as a second language, teacher candidates must complete a total of 24 semester hours of coursework in second language acquisition, including 6 hours of teaching reading and writing with coursework in phonemic awareness and vocabulary development, 3 hours of English linguistics, 3 hours of cross-cultural education, 3 hours of second language acquisition, 3 hours of methods of English as a second language, and 3 hours of English as a second language assessment. Finally, the candidate will also need 3 hours of electives. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree and take the Praxis Subject Area Assessment for English as a second language. All teachers are encouraged to consider adding ESOL to their primary area of endorsement by passing the Praxis Subject Area Exam, English for Speakers of Other Languages. Just like you will always work with students who have disabilities, all teachers will serve multilingual students. Many educators complete a minor in English as a second language. Others are able to pass the Praxis exam after simply taking some professional development coursework in English as a second language teaching methods. For an endorsement in health and PE, you need 45 semester hours in a variety of courses related to health and PE, including 3 hours of personal health, safety, and athletic injuries, 9 hours in human anatomy and exercise physiology, 3 hours in general health and PE theory, 3 hours in instructional methods for PE, 3 hours in concepts of motor learning, 3 hours in instructional methods for health, 3 hours in adapted PE, 3 hours in human nutrition, and 3 hours in assessment and evaluation in the content area. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree and take the Praxis Subject Area Assessment, Health and PE. For visual arts pre-K through 12, you need 36 semester hours in a variety of courses related to visual arts, including 12 hours of 2-dimensional media, 12 hours of 3-dimensional media, 6 hours of context and art history, 3 hours of evaluation and criticism, and 3 hours of related fine arts. Or you can simply hold a bachelor's degree and take the Praxis Subject Area Assessment. For pre-K through 12 instrumental music education, you must major in music education or complete 42 semester hours in instrumental music, including 18 hours of basic music knowledge, theory, and literature, and 18 hours of musical performance, including a primary and secondary medium, meaning you need to know how to play 2 instruments. You must also have 6 hours of electives. Or you can simply pass the Praxis Subject Area Assessment. For pre-K through 12 vocal music education, You must major in music education or complete 42 semester hours in vocal music, including 18 hours of basic music knowledge, theory, history, and literature. This is very similar to instrumental music. You must also complete 18 hours of musical performance. Here, instead of doing 2 instruments, you must include voice and keyboard. And finally, you finish with 6 hours of electives. The praxis exam for vocal music and instrumental music is the same. For pre-K to 12 theater arts education, you must major in theater education or complete 33 semester hours in theater, including 6 hours of directing, 9 hours of technical theater, 3 hours of cultural context and theater history, 6 hours of performance, and 9 hours of dramatic literature. Please note there is no praxis subject area exam for theater arts. For pre-K to 12 dance education, you must major in dance education or complete 24 semester hours, including 9 hours of development of movement language, including ballet, folk, jazz, and modern dance, 3 hours of composition and improvisation, 3 hours of cultural context and theater history, 9 hours of specific foundations, including anatomy, kinesthesiology, and injury prevention, and 3 hours of cultural understanding. Again, there is no praxis subject area for dance. Some endorsements require the completion of a master's degree and testing. These include school counseling, social work, administration and supervision, and reading. Many teacher candidates may want to pursue an initial teaching license at the undergraduate level, and then add these endorsements at the master's degree level. Acceptance into some programs, such as administration and supervision, does require some teaching experience. There are often many questions about whether or not to pursue a master's degree when obtaining initial licensure. For example, if you want to teach elementary school, should you pursue licensure through a bachelor's degree or a master's degree? The advantage to a master's degree is a pay raise and additional time to learn and practice before teaching. However, a bachelor's degree will cost less and get you into the classroom sooner. You can always go back and add a master's degree later. After teaching for a few years, you might discover your strengths and decide you want to pursue additional endorsement areas on your teaching license. For example, you might want to become a reading specialist, math coach, or assistant principal. Add-on endorsements allow you to add an endorsement with just a few classes. You must have an initial area of licensure. Then you can complete the specified coursework to add on the additional areas of endorsement. For example, I was initially licensed in elementary education. I can add on K through 6 special education general curriculum by simply taking the required coursework. Add-on endorsements are great for teachers who have been teaching the same content for a while and want to try something new, or for high school teachers who want to teach a specialty class like journalism or theater. To add on a K through 6 special education general curriculum endorsement, you must first hold a primary pre-K to 3rd or elementary pre-K to 6th teaching license. Then you can take 15 semester hours in special education, including 3 hours of foundations and legal aspects, 3 hours of IEPs, 3 hours of assessment and evaluation, 3 hours of instructional strategies in reading and writing, and 3 hours of instructional strategies for mathematics. Adding on a 612 special education general curriculum endorsement is very similar to the K6 endorsement, having a difference of only 1 class. To add on a 6 through 12 special education general curriculum endorsement, You must first hold a middle school or secondary subject teaching license. Then you can take 15 semester hours in special education, including 3 hours of foundations and legal aspects, 3 hours of IEPs, 3 hours of transitioning, that is the different course, 3 hours of instructional strategies in reading and writing, and 3 hours of instructional strategies for mathematics. To add on a K-12 gifted endorsement, you must first hold a teaching license in any area. Then you may take 12 semester hours in gifted education, including introduction and identification, social and emotional development, curriculum and instruction, and advanced study in either curriculum, program development, or underrepresented populations. To add on a K-12 theater arts endorsement, you must complete 15 semester hours in theater arts, including 3 hours of direction, 3 hours of technical theater, 3 hours of cultural context and theater history, and 6 hours of performance. To add on a pre-K-12 dance endorsement, you must first hold an initial teaching license in any area. Then you must take 15 hours in dance, including 9 hours of movement language with ballet, folk, jazz, and modern, 3 hours of composition and improvisation, and 3 hours of cultural understanding. Finally, to add on a journalism endorsement, you must hold an initial teaching license in any area. Then you must complete 15 semester hours in journalism. As you plan for your future, consider adding multiple endorsement areas to your teaching license. You can do this by taking as many praxis subject area assessments as you wish. You can also pursue initial licensure at the bachelor's degree level, teach for a few years, and use your master's degree to add on another endorsement area. Finally, you can pursue add-on endorsements through coursework. The more areas of endorsement on your teaching license, the more flexibility you will have. Endorsement areas will allow you to work with many different students in many different subject areas, keeping your teaching career fresh and exciting. In conclusion, you can visit ets.org to see the list of Virginia Praxis subject area assessments. Holding a bachelor's degree and passing these tests will lead to initial licensure in most any area. Primary, elementary, and special education require the completion of both specific endorsement coursework and testing. Reading, administration and supervision, counseling, and social work all require the completion of a master's degree. Some subject areas do not have a praxis exam and require completion of specific coursework, including theater, dance, journalism, and gifted education. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and learned a lot about endorsement areas in Virginia.